Imagine building a billion-dollar, mathematically perfect machine, only to watch it spark a massive international political crisis. Welcome to a special report from the Human Error News Network. I'm your host, and today we're bringing you an explainer designed specifically for you, the systems thinker who demands logic when the rules completely vanish. So, ask yourself this. How in the world did an automated, seemingly flawless 3D tracking system manage to trigger a police investigation, intense political interference, and allegations of blatant bias during the 2026 World Cup? You rely on algorithms every single day in your work and your life, assuming they're fixing human flaws. But what if I told you they might actually just be hiding them? We've all been sold this massive narrative, haven't we? Let's call it the objective tech illusion. We desperately want to believe that if we just let the computers measure the game, the spreadsheet, or the workflow, the agonizing pain of human error will finally just, poof, disappear. We all crave fairness. We want a world where the rules apply exactly the same way to everyone. But when the system breaks, that entire illusion shatters. When Egypt's coach, Hassam Hassan, exploded with his accusation after a highly controversial match, it proves something incredibly profound. When we blindly trust a black box algorithm and it fails us, we don't just feel disappointed, we feel utterly betrayed. We're in this together, trying to figure out why the technology we trusted turned its back on us. Part 1. When the system breaks. An autopsy of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. As your anchor, I've obtained the post-match autopsy of the chaos. Let's map this out. In the group stage, Lionel Messi commits a clear red card tackle, and it's inexplicably just waved away by the automated booth. Then, in the round of 32, a massive breach of sporting independence. U.S. President Donald Trump personally phones FIFA to override a suspension for American striker Fuller Balogun. Now, I am neutrally explaining the source material here without endorsing any political viewpoints, but the overarching point is undeniable. Subjective human influence hijacked a digital system. Finally, in the round of 16, Egypt has a stunning goal wiped out by a ridiculous 100-yard retroactive review. Now, pay close attention, because this changes the stakes entirely. What happens when the supposedly perfect computer just goes blind? During the Switzerland-Qatar match, a sudden, stadium-wide technical outage meant the semi-automated 3D offside graphic couldn't even be broadcast. The public, the players, everyone was left totally in the dark, forced to blindly accept a technological ruling they couldn't even see. And this brilliantly highlights the core conflict. To diagnose the failure, we have to look at the two radically distinct types of decisions colliding here. On one side, you have factual decisions, like offsides, which are supposedly measured by precise algorithms and 3D avatars. On the other side, you have subjective decisions, like penalties and fouls. And those, they're still entirely dependent on flawed human interpretation by officials just squinting at television monitors. But brace yourself, because here is the devastating reality regarding those factual computer decisions. That supposedly millimeter-perfect offside technology actually carries a total mathematical measurement uncertainty of 34 centimeters. That is over a foot of potential error, stemming from temporal, spatial, and calibration glitches, and it is completely hidden from the viewer's eye. Because the system is hiding a dirty little secret, the machine isn't acting alone. Subjective human operators still control multiple invisible intervention points. Humans manually select the exact frame the ball is kicked. Humans verify the skeletal tracking. Humans authorize the final line placement. Bias isn't being eliminated, it's literally being allowed to leak straight into the algorithm, entirely unchecked. Part 2. Detecting and correcting errors. Collaborative problem solving straight from the lab. So how do we work together to actually detect and correct these invisible errors? Well, we start in the engineering lab with a fascinating solution: fuzzy C-means clustering. Traditional clustering forces a data point into a single, rigid box. But this approach embraces ambiguity. It allows data to belong to multiple clusters simultaneously, smoothly eliminating visual noise to track players, the ball, and boundaries with incredible precision, even in absolute chaos. By processing at 37 frames per second and stripping out 68% of redundant data, this technology proves we can catch rule infractions accurately without sacrificing real-time speed. Achieving an object precision rate of over 92% proves we actually possess the capability to engineer visual noise right out of the system. But raw visual data isn't enough to make a fair ruling. We need legal interpretation. Enter soccer ref agents.
This is a futuristic, multi-agent AI system utilizing retrieval-augmented generation. Instead of just drawing a dumb line on a screen, this AI mimics a full professional officiating team by literally cross-referencing the official rulebook and past case law to make and explain its judgments.
It functions in 4 highly transparent, distinct steps. First, a video agent watches the play and translates raw frames into text. Second, a rule agent interprets the official laws of the game. Third, a case agent consults historical precedents and classic cases. Finally, a chief referee agent aggregates all of this to deliver a fully explainable, legally cited verdict. No black boxes. It tells you exactly why a decision was made.
Part 3. Engineering out human error. Your roadmap to algorithmic transparency.
Which brings this right back to you. You do not have to accept a computer says no reality in your business, governance, or daily life. To fix the black box, you must demand these 3 things. First, insist on independent third-party algorithmic audits. Second, require standardized uncertainty quantification. Systems must be programmed to admit when a measurement is too close to call within its own error margin. And third, establish genuine appeal mechanisms that hold the actual authority to correct the machine when it inevitably fails.
This has been a special report from the Human Error News Network, and I want to leave you with one monumental question to sit with. If we can build transparent AI agents that engineer human error out of a simple game, what is stopping us from automating the justice system?